Hi, you beautiful people, you. Get your beard. Right. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day. It's a totally different genre. It's about van life. Those of you who don't know what van life is, there's people around the world who live in the vans, camper vans. It's about that. And this chap's video, somebody I subscribed to. It's a guy called Mevi. That's spelled M-E-V-I. And they've been running what I'm calling a chain letter. I don't know what he called it, I can't remember. But basically, they've asked each other 5 questions and then nominated another van lifer. And the idea is, all the vloggers. So somebody nominated Nevi, or Mevi should I say, and he answered the same 5 questions as the previous one. And then he nominated somebody at the end of it. So it's got to answer the same 5 questions. I thought it was a cracking idea, and I thought it might be a good idea to see if we can get it going between the trucking community, the truck vlog community. So I've contacted another vlogger via Facebook Messenger, and we'll get to that person later on because that's my nomination. I wanted to check that they were on board and they'd run with it. So I'm setting the questions. I've set the questions. I've written them down. So I'm going to answer them myself. So there we go. What did I do before I was driving a truck? Well, I've done all sorts over the years. Started out at 14 and a half years old. Well, prior to that, it was newspaper rounds. 14 and a half year old, I got a part-time job in a supermarket. Left school at 16, worked in the supermarket full-time. About 17 and a half, something like that, I left there and went to a factory. Worked in a factory for years, until mid to late 20s, in 2 different factories doing the same job. 2 different companies. And about that time is when I went into working the doors full time, so I was a bouncer. I hate that word, but people seem to know what a bouncer is but don't really understand what a doorman is. Anyway, well, I'll tell you. A doorman is a bouncer but with brains. So I worked the doors for quite a few years after that. I did them for about 6 years full time. And then I ended up opening while I was working the doors, I was also working in a tattoo studio, helping out. I ended up going full time at a tattoo studio when I realised I was getting too old to work the doors. So I worked as a tattooist and body piercer for a while, for 2 or 3 years. Then I started on 7.5 ton, went to class 2, and then onto class 1, and I've not stopped since. And here we are. What do I currently drive, and what is my dream truck? Well, you probably already know that I drive a next-gen Scania R450. It's a 6x2 tag axle, and I drag what's the make is it? I want to say it's a brush house, but I think it is. Can't remember what make it, who makes it. But I drive I pull a kicker trailer, low loader type trailer thing. My dream truck, I don't know, probably well, I am a daft man. I do love dafts, but they don't seem to do anything really special. Don't daft? Well, they don't do anything special. They don't do V8s or anything like that. So it would be, if it was a daft, it'd be a 520 an hour, 530, 530 super space. Same as what Chukajenko's driving, same wagon. There's something like that as a DAF, but as a Scania, probably an S650 or 730 would be quite cool, be quite nice. I've never had a V8, it'd be nice to have a V8. I guess dream truck, yeah, probably a V8 of some description. What do I mostly deliver? Well, again, as you probably already know from the vlog, my normal vlogs, primarily it's either brand new Scanias, which is what's behind me right now. I've got two R450s on the trailer. So it's the brand new Scanias or brand new Auto Trail motorhomes. We do chassis vans, or van chassis should I say. We do tractors, we do plant, not so much on these trailers, but we do on the normal step frame brush house trailers. We do used vehicles, we do cars, anything basically. If you load it on the trailer, we'll move it. I've done all sorts on this trailer. Stuff that's not even wheeled, it's had to be forked on, and use it like a flatbed. All sorts really. Who is your biggest influence in a truck vlogging community? My biggest influence has got to be, I've got to say, it's Truckajenko. It was through watching his vlogs in the early days of my vlogging career that got me started. So before I started vlogging from the truck, I do have a separate channel which I do for my welding. It's called the Backyard Welder, and I stumbled across the trucking vlogs, and Truckajenko was one of them. It was one of the first ones, and it was watching his back catalogue that got me interested. So yeah, I'd say he was my biggest influence, and if, as most of you, a lot of you will know, he did me a massive solid. He kind of interviewed me, shall we say, at Sutton Scotney Services one night, very brief. I was like a little, I was like a rabbit in headlights. I was a bit blown away when he came across with the camera. I didn't know what to say. Couldn't get away quick enough. But then he put a shout out on his channel for me, and my channel blew up from there. So yeah, it's got to be Truckajenko. Truckajenko's got to be my biggest influence in the truck vlog community. It's got to be, What would you do if you stopped driving trucks? What would I do if I stopped driving trucks? Stop playing with my beard. Stop playing with my beard for one. What would I do if I weren't driving trucks? I honestly don't know. I haven't got a clue. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I would ever choose to stop driving. I think the only way I would stop driving trucks is if I lost my licence for some reason. Whether that was stupidity on my own part for doing something daft and getting it endorsed and taken off me, or it's a medical issue and I lose my licence that way. I can only... But I don't know. It'd have to be... I honestly don't know. I really don't. I don't even know why I posed that question, because I can't really answer it. But I guess if money wasn't an issue and I didn't need to earn massive wages, I would do something pretty menial. You know, an 8-hour shift. I don't know, pushing trolleys at Tesco sounds pretty appealing, but I couldn't pay my bills currently with that. And I don't mean that demeaning to guys and girls that work at Tesco's pushing trolleys. What I mean by that is, well, I don't know, it'd have its own little... I suppose it'd have its own issues and annoyances, I don't know. But you wouldn't have your traffic to deal with, etc, etc. I'm sure you get what I mean. But I think it'd probably be something creative, something mechanical engineering wise. I am qualified in mechanical engineering, I might add. I did a couple of years at college. So it might be something that way related. I don't know. I really don't know. I've flummoxed myself on that one. Let's just say I don't want to stop driving. I love driving. So it'd be a truck of some description. So that's my 5 questions. What I'm asking now is for another driver, another truck driver, another vlogger to answer the same 5 questions. So that truck driver, that vlogger is Truck Driver Hayley. I have spoken to Hayley via Messenger, and she's agreed to do it, to answer the same questions and then nominate somebody on the other side. It's a good chance for you guys to see other people's vlogs if you're not aware of them, and us to share each other's channels. So Truck Driver Hayley, check her out. I'll stick a link in the description, and if I remember, I'll stick a card up there. I'll take you straight to her channel. She vlogged all the way through doing a test, and you'll never believe what she did before she drove to her. Just not what you'd expect. I'll leave that for Hayley to answer. So thanks for riding along with me. I hope this takes off, and I hope we get it all the way across the truck driving community, right throughout the different countries, because there's people all over the country are doing it. We'll use the same hashtag in the description, and that will be hashtag truck driver chain letter. The truck driver chain letter. Stick that in the description, Hayley, and bounce it on to everybody else. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.